Dear students, I welcome you all in this session, and today's session is going to be based on very important topic of civics of class 9th, that is the constitutional design. And in this chapter we have discussed earlier that what is the constitution and what are the needs of constitution and how the constitution of South Africa came into being. Okay, in the previous session we have also talked about the freedom struggle of the black people of South Africa. Okay, how the old regime of the white government abolished there, and then after a new republic of South Africa was created. Okay, so in this chapter we will talk about in details about the Indian constitution, and then after we will also see about the philosophy of the Indian constitution. So see here, today's topic that is going to be discussed over here is about first of all constitution. Once more I will tell you here that what is the constitution. Then after we will talk about the function of constitution, working of constitution. Then after we will see the next topic will be the Indian constitution. Okay, means format of the Indian constitution. And the final topic of this session will be philosophy of Indian constitution. So stay with me till last and watch the video and enhance your knowledge about the Indian constitution and its philosophy as well. Okay, so let's have a look over. Actually this topic is very much of very much importance, because many questions from this chapter being asked in the civil services examination, especially in mains examinations and in other one day and competitive examinations as well. Okay, so it is of much importance. Stay with me till last and watch the video with whole concentration. Then after you will be able to know about the facts of the Indian constitution and philosophy of the Indian constitution as well. Okay, so once more I am telling you what is the constitution, and then after we will move to the next topic, that will be the functions of the constitution. So see here, let's have a look over, let's have an eye over the definition of the constitution. See here, a constitution of a country is the set of written rules that are accepted by all the people living together in a country. Okay, what is it saying? Constitution of a country is the set of written rules. Okay, what? Set of written rules that are accepted by all the people living together in a country. Okay, means it is such a document of rules which is being accepted by all peoples of a country. Okay, means they all follow it. Then after, a constitution is the supreme law that determines the relationship between among the people. Okay, it also declares that what is the relation between the people, okay, among the people, and the relationship between the people and the government. Okay, and the relationship between people and the government, how it relates the people. Actually it declares the people who is citizen of a country. Okay, so who are the citizens of a country, it is being declared by the constitution. Okay, so it's the relation among the people who are living in a territory. Okay, and they are said to be the natives or the citizens of that particular territory or the country in which they are living. Okay, and it also determines the relationship between the people and the government. Okay, means the what would be the relation between the people and the government of a country, it is being declared by the constitution. Okay, so see here, now moving towards the next topic, functions of the constitution, that is the much of importance. Okay, here we will know that what the working of the constitution is, how a constitution works, what a constitution does. Okay, so we will see here in details. Once more I am telling you something in Hindi that could be better for you. Okay, so see here, हम लोग आज जो बात करने जा रहे हैं, आज हम भारतीय संविधान के बारे में बात करेंगे विशेष रूप से, क्योंकि पिछले सत्र में हमने केस स्टडी को पढ़ा था, और वो केस स्टडी साउथ अफ्रीका की थी कि वहाँ पर किस तरह से संविधान बनता है और किस तरह से साउथ अफ्रीका को एक पुरानी पद्धति जो वहाँ पर श्वेत सरकार के शासन की थी उसको ख़त्म करके उसको रिपब्लिक बनाया जाता है। ठीक है, रिपब्लिक बनने के साथ साथ में वहाँ पर एक संविधान भी बनता है। ठीक है, रिपब्लिक मीन्स गणतंत्र। रिपब्लिक का मतलब मैं आपको बता दूँ, मैंने पहले भी आपको बताया था, रिपब्लिक मीन्स सच ए कंट्री हुज चीफ इज़ बीइंग इलेक्टेड। ओके, What republic means? Such a country whose chief is being elected. Okay, so एक ऐसा देश जहाँ का जो मुखिया हो उसको चुना जाए, वो वंशानुगत ना हो करके उसको चुन लिया जाए, वो चुनाव का पात्र हो, तो उसको हम क्या बोलते हैं? गणतंत्र बोलते हैं। ठीक है। संविधान क्या है? संविधान एक ऐसा नियम है, लिखित दस्तावेज है, जिसको उस राज्य के सभी व्यक्ति या उस राज्य में रहने वाले सभी व्यक्ति क्या करते हैं? एक्सेप्ट करते हैं, स्वीकार करते हैं। साथ ही साथ में संविधान वो सबसे बड़ा नियम होता है, वो सबसे बड़ा कानून होता है जो लोगों के बीच का संबंध बताता है, और साथ ही साथ में क्या करता है? वो वहाँ के लोगों और वहाँ की सरकार में भी एक संबंध स्थापित करता है। संविधान का क्या तात्पर्य है? संविधान एक ऐसा कानून है जो लोगों के बीच में संबंध बताता है। कैसा संबंध बताएगा? कि कौन से लोग वहाँ के रहने वाले हैं, वहाँ के मूल निवासी हैं और वहाँ के नागरिक हैं। कहाँ पर? जो किसी एक विशेष राज्य में, विशेष राज्य क्षेत्र में रह रहे हैं। साथ ही साथ में उस राज्य क्षेत्र के लोगों के बीच में और वहाँ की सरकार के बीच में भी ये संबंध स्थापित करता है। ऐसा संविधान का काम है। अब बात करते हैं हम संविधान के फंक्शंस, इसके जो मुख्य रूप से कार्य है वो क्या क्या है। सबसे पहला देखिए, it generates a degree of trust and coordination that is necessary for the different kind of people to live together. Okay, what? Degree of trust. What is the sense of degree of trust? Means they have the faith, they have belief, and coordination means harmony that is necessary for the different kinds of people. India is a country of diversities. Okay, in India there are different types of religion, different types of languages, different types of culture. Okay, and it is the constitution who lays down the trust, base of the trust among these people, and also it lays down the harmony that is necessary to for all types of people to live together. Okay, if there would be no constitution, there it may be possible there maybe a social right arise, okay, or classes arise, but constitution as it provides equal right or equality among all, so it creates an harmony and coordination among all and also maintains the faith. Is that clear? So now moving towards the next point, इसका क्या मतलब हुआ? इनके कहने का सेंस ये हुआ कि जो संविधान होता है लोगों में एक विश्वास उत्पन्न करता है, तथा विश्वास के साथ साथ में क्या? सामंजस्य, समन्वय स्थापित करता है, जो बहुत ही ज़्यादा अनिवार्य होता है कि जहाँ पर विभिन्न प्रकार के लोग रह रहे हों वो एक साथ रहें। उनका एक साथ रहने के लिए ज़रूरी है कि संविधान उसमें उनमें क्या करे? उनमें विश्वास को उत्पन्न करे, साथ ही साथ में उनमें सामंजस्य भी स्थापित करे। ओके, सो शुड आई मूव फॉरवर्ड? ओके, थैंक यू। See, now second function of the constitution is about, it says that it specifies how the government will be constituted, how the government will be constituted. Is that clear? And who will have the power? Who will have the power? Who will have the power to take which decision? To take which decision? Is that clear? To take which decision? And third point is, it lays down the limits and the powers of the government, and the powers of the government. Is that clear? And the powers of the government, and tells us the rights of the citizens, the rights of the citizens. Is that clear? And the last point is it expresses the aspirations of the people. Aspirations of the people of the people and tells us how to create a good society. Tells how to create a good society. Is that clear? What a constitution does? See here. It specifies how the government will be constituted. Okay, means how the government will be framed, how the government will be established, by following what type of rules. Okay, it is being specified by the constitution. Okay, means the government will be elected, or it would be hereditary, or it would be anarchy in nature, or it would be dictatorship, something. Okay, so it is being declared by the constitution what would be the nature of the government and how it would be formed. Okay, who will have the power to take decisions, and it also determines that which authority or which institutional organization have the power to take the decisions. Okay, and final, it lays down the limits on the powers of the government. It is very essential part of the constitution, very essential working of the constitution, that it limits the power of the government. Either the government will be much powerful, okay, and it will start creating problem for the natives. Is that clear? And final, it expresses the aspirations of the people and tells how to create a good society. Okay, means how there will be the proper harmony. Okay, how there will be the understanding among all. Okay, it is being expressed by the constitutions. Okay, so संविधान क्या करता है? संविधान सबसे पहले तो यह बताता है कि वहाँ पर सरकार बनाने की प्रक्रिया क्या होगी, कहीं पर किसी भी देश की, उस राज्य की, उस राज्य क्षेत्र की सरकार किस तरह से बनेगी, उसके बनाने का उपक्रम क्या होगा, वो चुनी जाएगी या फिर वो वहाँ पर राजशाही व्यवस्था होगी या कोई ऐसी सरकार अपने मर्जी से बन जाएगी। ये सारा कुछ निश्चित करने का कार्यभार किसका है? संविधान का। ठीक, जैसे अपने यहाँ पर है, अपने यहाँ पर संविधान बताता है कि इलेक्टेड रिप्रेजेंटेटिव्स, okay, there will be a elected representative of the elected representative and the majority of the party will be able to make the government. Okay, so अपने यहाँ पर क्या होता है, चुने हुए लोग, जो चुने हुए प्रतिनिधि होते हैं वो लोग सरकार बनाते हैं जिसकी बहुमत होती है। प्रजातंत्र का मतलब क्या होता है? मेजॉरिटी। मेजॉरिटी मीन्स बहुमत। ठीक है, जहाँ पर बहुमत होगा, जहाँ पर मेजॉरिटी होगी, उस तरह की सरकार बनेगी। इज दैट क्लियर? सो नेक्स्ट पॉइंट, हु विल हैव द पावर टू टेक डिसीजन, और कौन उसका निर्णय लेगा, कौन सा निर्णय लेगा, ये सारे कुछ निश्चित करने का काम किसका है? संविधान का। इज दैट क्लियर? इट लेज डाउन द लिमिट्स एंड पावर्स ऑफ द गवर्नमेंट। ओके, यह क्या करती है? सरकार की शक्तियों पर नियंत्रण रखती है और साथ ही साथ में राइट्स ऑफ द सिटीजन्स, लोगों के अधिकारों के बारे में भी बात करता है। ओके, कि कौन कौन से राइट्स, कौन कौन से अधिकार लोगों को दिए गए हैं। फाइनल में क्या करता है कि किस तरह से एक समाज को आदर्श समाज बनाना है, एक अच्छा समाज बनाना है, यह लोगों की जो एस्पिरेशंस हैं उनको भी एक्सप्रेस करता है। इज दैट क्लियर? सो नाउ मूविंग टुवर्ड्स द नेक्स्ट पॉइंट। सो शेयर अर्लियर आई हैव टोल्ड यू द फॉर्मेट ऑफ द कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन. Once more I am telling you, see here in details, because we are talking about the Indian constitution. The more many times we will read, it will be very clear for all of us. Okay, so format of the Indian constitution. Indian constitution. Is that clear? Format of Indian constitution. So see here. You know, I have told you earlier that a constituent assembly was being elected, okay, indirectly by the people, by the members of the legislative assembly of British India, okay, and the members of the constituent assembly were responsible for framing and making of the Indian constitution, and it was started on 9th of December 1946. 9th of December 1946, the inauguration of of Indian Constitution was done. Okay, and it was finalized on 26th of November 1949. Okay, 9 December 1946, the inauguration of making of Indian Constitution, and there 26th November 1949, it was the finalization of the Indian Constitution. Then after, one more important thing, on 9th of December 1949, 46, on the same day, Dr. Sachidanand Sinha was elected as the temporary chairperson of the Constituent Assembly. Is that clear? And on 11th of December 1946, Dr. Rajendra Prasad was elected as the permanent chairperson of the Constituent Assembly. Okay, permanent chairperson, I am telling you, permanent chairperson of the Constituent Assembly. Is that clear? Some more facts about it. Dr. B.R. Ambedkar is known as father of Indian Constitution. Dear student, this date you must learn it, because in many examination it has been asked as same, that on which date Dr. Sachidanand Sinha was elected as temporary chairperson of Constituent Assembly, and sometimes has been also asked, many times it has been also asked, that on which date Dr. Rajendra Prasad was elected as the permanent chairperson, or who was elected as the permanent chairperson and when. Okay, so different types of questions are being asked in the examinations, so you should be very clear about it. Okay, now moving toward the next point. Yes, see here now some more important facts about the Indian Constitution. Okay, so when Indian Constitution was finalized on 26th of November 1949, then at that time there were 395 articles in Indian Constitution. Okay, 395 articles, 8 schedules, and 22 sections. Okay, 395 articles, 8 schedules and 22 sections. Is that clear? 8 schedule, 22 sections and 395 articles. Okay, and 16 articles remaining, leaving 16 articles, it is very very important point. Okay, articles like this: 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 60, 324, 366, 367, 379, 380, 88, 91, 92 and 93. 391, 392, 393 and 394. Leaving these articles 16, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 16 articles. All remaining articles were implemented at that time. Okay, all remaining articles came into impact on the same day, on 26th of November 1949. Is that clear? Remaining, and these articles came into act on 26th of January 1949. 50. Is that clear? So this is very important point. You should be very clear about it. These are the 16 articles that were not active at the same day of the adoption of the Indian Constitution. Okay. Now moving towards the next point, some important facts about the Constitution. Indian Constitution is the Indian Constitution is the Indian Constitution is the lengthiest written constitution of the world. Okay, it is the most bulkiest constitution of the world. Okay, so you have to be very clear. Sometimes it has been asked in the examination which constitution of the world is the lengthiest constitution. So you should know about Indian Constitution. Okay, it is the lengthiest and written as well. Okay, Indian Constitution is written somewhere. If we will talk about the Constitution of England, there is no provision of the written constitution. Okay, so Indian Constitution is written and it is the lengthiest most. Then next point, Indian Constitution is also known as the live document of rules. Okay, लाइव डॉक्यूमेंट ऑफ रूल्स। हमने ये बताया आपको इन 16 आर्टिकल्स को, 16 अनुच्छेदों को छोड़ करके बाकी सभी अनुच्छेदों को सेम डे जिस दिन संविधान को अंगीकार किया गया, एडॉप्ट किया गया, 26 नवंबर 1949 को ही संविधान सभा ने इस पर हस्ताक्षर करके उसे अंगीकृत किया। उसी दिन सभी अनुच्छेदों को लागू कर दिया गया था, बशर्ते ये 16 को नहीं लागू किया गया। ये 16 कौन कौन से हैं? 5, 6, 7, 8, 9। इनको हम बोलते हैं सिटीजनशिप। इनका प्रोविज़न किसके बारे में है? सिटीजनशिप के बारे में। 60, 324 ये है आपका इलेक्शन कमीशन 324 के बारे में। 366, 67, 79, 80, 88, 91, 92, 93 और 94 इन अनुच्छेदों को छोड़ करके बाकी समस्त अनुच्छेदों को उसी दिन लागू कर दिया गया था। ठीक है, और क्या बताया गया? भारतीय संविधान क्या है? पूरे विश्व का सबसे बड़ा लिखित दस्तावेज, लिखित संविधान है। और बताया गया इंडियन कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन क्या है, यानी भारतीय संविधान, इसको हम जीवंत दस्तावेज भी कहते हैं। ये बहुत सारे क्वेश्चन कॉम्पिटिटिव एग्जाम्स में भी पूछे जाते हैं, तो आपको उन्हें याद करके रखना है। यू शुड लर्न इट वेरी केयरफुली। इज दैट क्लियर? नाउ मूविंग टुवर्ड द नेक्स्ट पॉइंट, द मोस्ट इंपॉर्टेंट टॉपिक ऑफ टुडेज सेशन दैट वी आर गोइंग टू टॉक अबाउट द फिलोसफी ऑफ द इंडियन कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन। ओके, philosophy of the Indian Constitution. So for getting the points of the philosophy of Indian Constitution, if you want to know about the Indian Constitution, that what is the nature and what type of Indian Constitution is, then you should visit a time the preamble of the Indian Constitution, that is also known as the key to know about the Indian Constitution. Simply you can say it is the key of Indian Constitution. So one time you all should visit the preamble of Indian Constitution. Okay, and from that preamble we will try to discuss about the philosophy of Constitution, because philosophy that has been used that is shown by the Indian Constitution is very clear in the preamble. Okay, so if you will go deeply about the preamble of Constitution, then you will find what types of provision are made in the Indian Constitution. Is that clear? Moving towards the next point, see here. So philosophy, we will talk about the philosophy of Indian Constitution. Philosophy of Indian Constitution. Is that clear? So see here, philosophy. I have told you that one time you should visit the preamble. Okay, preamble of Indian Constitution, that we the people of India having solemnly resolved to constitute India into a sovereign, secular, socialist, democratic republic. Okay, and to secure all its citizens the justice, social, economical and political liberty of thought, belief, expression, faith and of worship. Okay, so in this way you should go to the preamble first. One time I am telling you, listen just the preamble of Constitution. We the people of India having solemnly resolved to constitute India into a sovereign, socialist, secular, democratic republic, and to secure all its citizens justice, social, economical and political liberty of thought, expression, belief, faith and of worship, equality of status and of opportunity, and to promote among them all the fraternity, assuring the dignity and integrity and unity of the nation. And in our Constituent Assembly on this 26th day of November 1949, do hereby adopt, enact, and give to ourselves this Constitution. So this was the oath taken by the Constituent Assembly on 26th of November 1949. Okay, by this preamble they declared that in Hindi proverbs it says, हम भारत के लोग भारत को एक संपूर्ण प्रभुत्व संपन्न गणराज्य बनाने के लिए तथा उसके समस्त नागरिकों को इस लिसन टू वेरी केयरफुली, हम भारत के लोग भारत को एक संपूर्ण प्रभुत्व संपन्न समाजवादी पंथ निरपेक्ष लोकतंत्रात्मक गणराज्य बनाने के लिए तथा उसके समस्त नागरिकों को सामाजिक, आर्थिक और राजनीतिक न्याय, विचार, अभिव्यक्ति, विश्वास, धर्म और उपासना की स्वतंत्रता, प्रतिष्ठा और अवसर की क्षमता प्राप्त कराने के लिए तथा उन सब में व्यक्ति की गरिमा और राष्ट्र की एकता और अखंडता सुनिश्चित करने वाली बंधुता बढ़ाने के लिए दृढ़ संकल्प होकर अपनी इस संविधान सभा में आज तारीख 26 नवंबर 1949 ईस्वी को एतद द्वारा इस संविधान को अंगीकृत, अधिनियमित और आत्मार्पित करते हैं। ऐसा हमारी संविधान की प्रस्तावना कहती है। ओके, दिस टेल्स अबाउट द इंडियन कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन, द प्रीएम्बल ऑफ द कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन। ओके, सो हियर we have taken some of the words and we will try to discuss about in details that what is the philosophy of Indian constitution. So say here, first word will be the we people of India. Okay, we the people of India, from where the preamble of Indian constitution begins. We the people of India. Is that clear? Okay, so see here, we will talk about the philosophy of Indian constitution that has been extracted from the preamble of the constitution. So see here, first word is we the people of India. Okay, then after sovereign, socialist, secular, democratic republic, and justice, liberty, equality, fraternity. So these are the words which will let us know that what type of Indian constitution, what is the concept of Indian constitution, what philosophy has been merged in the Indian constitution. Okay, so all these things we will discuss in details. Once more, I want to tell you, this is the most important point of the examination point of view, from the examination point of view, that in many examination it has been asked that what is the sequence of this word. Okay, what is the sequence of this word? So it is somehow confusing in nature, so you have to be very clear: sovereign, socialist and secular. Sovereign, socialist and secular. You can learn it very easily that sovereign, the greatest word, is the earliest. Okay, then after second word in socialist, and then after secularist the smallest word. Okay, so you can count 3 to 5 to 7, here 3, 3, 6, 3, 9, and here 3, 3, 6 and 3, 9. Okay, so this is the longest word, that is the earliest. Okay, so sovereign, socialist, secular, democratic republic. Okay, so this is the concept of the word that are in the sequence. So we will discuss about what is the sense of sovereign, socialist, secular, democratic republic, justice, liberty, equality and fraternity in details. Okay, in this particular session, so stay with me till last. Okay, and watch the videos. Okay, so see here, now we will talk about the philosophy of Indian constitution. Okay, so these are the extracted most important points of the preamble that will declare the nature of the Indian constitution. So see here, how and what would be the nature of constitution. See here, we the people of India. First term, the preamble says that we the people of India. What is the sense of we the people of India? That the constitution has been drawn and enacted by the people. Okay, means people are the responsible factor that has made the constitution. Okay, and not handed down to them by making a king. Okay, the constitution has been drawn and enacted by the people, elected by the सिटीजन्स, ओके, आर यू कैन से, यहाँ पर कहने का मतलब ये होगा कि जो हम भारत के लोगों का तात्पर्य क्या है, इनका मतलब ये हुआ कि जो संविधान है उसको बनाने के जिम्मेदार कौन है, भारत के लोग, अपने चुने गए प्रतिनिधियों के द्वारा, ठीक है, बाय द इलेक्टेड रिप्रेजेंटेटिव, एंड नॉट हैंडेड डाउन टू देम बाय मेकिंग किंग, और उनको इस तरह से नहीं सौंपा जाएगा कि उनको राजा बना दिया जाए, कुछ इस तरह से, ठीक है। इनका कहने का मतलब ये हुआ संविधान को बनाने का श्रेय किसको जाता है, जनता को, और ये संविधान किसी राजा को नहीं दे दिया जाएगा, कभी राजा को हस्तगत नहीं कर दिया जाएगा, ठीक है। तो ये बात हुई, वी द पीपल ऑफ इंडिया मीन्स द रियल मेकर ऑफ द कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन आर पीपल, ओके। देन द सेकेंड पॉइंट सेज दैट सॉवरेन, व्हाट इज द सेंस ऑफ सॉवरेन? Sovereignty means any person, institution, organization has the complete power to take decisions on the internal matters, okay, to take the decisions on the external matters. No external power can dictate the government, okay, no external power can dictate the government of India, okay। इनका कहने का मतलब क्या हुआ कि जो लोग होते हैं वो सुप्रीम होते हैं, वो सबसे बड़े होते हैं किसी भी डिसीजन को, किसी भी निर्णय को लेने के लिए, जब उनके आंतरिक मामलों की या बाहरी कोई भी आंतरिक या बाह्य मामला कोई भी हो, देयर इज एनी इंटरनल और एक्सटर्नल मैटर, people have the right to take any decision, okay, that what type of relation they are going to make with another country on any international affairs, okay, or national affair as well. So here no external power can dictate the government. It means that there is no such provision that any of the external power will make the decision and the Indian government will follow that, okay. Indian government is free to make its own decisions and to follow its own rules and regulations, and it will declare that who will be the enemy and who will be the friend, means from which country there will be the hostility or friendship, okay, regarding the external and internal matters, okay। इनका कहने का क्या मतलब हुआ, अपने देश के किसी भी मामले में भारतीय सरकार सर्वोपरि, यहाँ के लोग सर्वोपरि हैं, कोई भी भारतीय सरकार को विवश नहीं कर सकता कोई भी बात मानने के लिए, वो अपने आप में क्या है, संपूर्ण प्रभु संपन्न, मीन्स संप्रभु है, सर्वशक्तिमान है। इज दैट क्लियर? सोशलिस्ट, वेल्थ इज जनरेटेड सोशली एंड डिस्ट्रीब्यूटेड इक्वली। सोशलिस्ट का मतलब क्या हुआ, समाजवाद, एंड आई हैव टोल्ड यू द टर्म सोशलिस्ट मीन्स इक्वल इन द सोसाइटी, इक्वालिटी इन द सोसाइटी। Socialist means equality in the society, okay। So here the wealth will be generated and distributed equally. Socialist means there will be the equal opportunity for all, there will be the proper and equal distribution of the property among all, okay। Government should make public ownership and land or industry to reduce socio-economic inequality. What does it mean? Government should make public ownership means the government will own all the source of productions, okay, that is land and industry, and it will try to reduce the socio-economic inequality of the people, okay। ये क्या करेगी कि सारे जितने भी उत्पादन के स्रोत होंगे, चाहे वो भूमि हो या फिर वो उद्योग हो, दोनों पर ही क्या होगा, सरकार का अधिकार होगा। सरकार का अधिकार होने का मतलब क्या, सरकार क्या लोगों की है, तो वो संपत्ति भी क्या होगी, लोगों की होगी, और इस तरह से सरकार क्या करेगी, जो सामाजिक आर्थिक विषमताएँ हैं, जो सामाजिक आर्थिक असमानताएं हैं, उसको वो दूर करने की कोशिश करेगी। सामाजिक आर्थिक विषमता का मतलब सोशो इकोनॉमिक इनइक्वालिटी मीन्स देयर आर मेनी पीपल हु आर मच रिच एंड पुअर, ओके, सो देयर इज द डिस्पैरिटी, इनइक्वालिटी, एंड सम पीपल आर हाई कास्ट, सम पीपल आर लो कास्ट, सो देयर इज आल्सो डिस्क्रिमिनेशन। So government will try to abolish these disparities and discriminations among the societies and the peoples, okay, and it would be possible only when government will own the lands and industries are the source of the production, and it will provide equal opportunity for the development of all, okay, rather it would be the poor people or rich people, everyone will be equal before the government or before the means of production. Government will try to give the equal opportunity for the development of all peoples, okay। See here, and the next topic says secular. Secular means citizens have the freedom to follow any religion. There shall be no official religion. This is the most important point. There shall be no official religion. Government shall not treat any religions and belief equally. Government shall treat all the religions and beliefs equally with equal respect. What does it mean? सबसे पहली बात तो यह हुई सेकुलर का मतलब क्या हुआ? सेकुलर का मतलब ये होता है पंथ निरपेक्ष। पंथ निरपेक्ष। अब पंथ निरपेक्ष का मतलब क्या है? अगर आपको संधि आती हो तो आप इसको थोड़ा सा विकसित करके देख सकते हैं। पंथ निरपेक्ष जो क्या हो, किसी भी पंथ को फॉलो ना करता। पंथ मतलब संप्रदाय, किसी भी धर्म संप्रदाय को जो फॉलो ना करता हो उसको हम सेकुलर बोलते हैं। ओके, द पर्सन दैट हु डजंट फॉलो एनी सोसाइटी, एनी कम्युनिटी, sorry, any religion, okay, or any race is known as secular in nature. So citizen have the freedom to follow any religion. Okay, they can choose any religion according to their belief, according to their faith, that what they have to follow. Okay, they are completely free, they are given liberty. There shall be no official religion, means government will not follow any specific religion. Okay, it will make provision for the development of all the religions equally, and it will also respect all the religions equally. सरकार क्या करेगी? सरकार का कोई अपना धर्म नहीं होगा, वो किसी भी धर्म के साथ में कोई विशेष व्यवहार न करते हुए सारे धर्मों को एक साथ सम्मान देगी, एक जैसा सम्मान देगी, और उनके विकास के लिए भी वो काम करेगी. Is that clear? So this is the sense of secular or secularism. Okay, so Indian constitution says that Indian government will be secular in nature, India will be secular in nature. Okay, Indian government, people, all will be secular in nature. There will be no such provision that any of the religion could dominate other religion. Okay, is that clear? So thanks for watching the video. And the remaining thing, one more thing I want to tell you. The sense of republic means, I have told you previously many times, that a republic means the head of the country or the institution is being elected, then it is known as the republic. Is that clear? Okay, justice means there shall be no discrimination on the grounds of gender, religion or caste, something, or the richness or poverty of the people. Justice means every person will be equal before the law. Okay, justice means they shall be treated equally. Government should work for the welfare of all. Okay, it would not discriminate any of the people on the grounds of the religion or race. Okay, then after any equality also says that all people will be equal before the law. So these are the important points of the preamble of the constitution. So we have seen in details what is the Indian constitution, how it came to being. Okay, and what is the philosophy of Indian constitution. I hope you all will learn these things. Okay. So now I will conclude my lecture over here, and in the next session we will see another chapter, that will be the electoral politics. Okay, so thanks for watching the video. Give your comment to the video, that how it was and how could you can gain, so that I could give you more good videos. Okay, thanks for watching.